Welcome back, guys. So today we got to talk about GameStop. They are in the news once again. They've been having a pretty rocky time. No matter what anybody tells you, they've been having a lot of issues financially. That's the biggest thing. They're a business, so financial issues is definitely a problem. Over the past 5 or 6 years, their stocks have steadily declined, and now they are really in a lot of trouble. The Nintendo Switch has carried them for a while now. You know, they've been making some money off of that, but overall business is not looking great. Investors have been pissed. They want to know what's going on. What kind of course of action are they planning to take to become the giant that they once were? So if you follow news with GameStop, there's been some interesting things that have been going on that have been leading up to this. Right now, it has been kind of announced that GameStop is possibly going to be bought out. They have had interest in a buyout with the company and have hired a financial advisor and whatnot, looking into the, these equity firms that are interested in possibly buying GameStop. So going back a little bit with all these stock issues and financial issues, they were sitting above $50 a share at one point, and they've steadily declined to where they're around $14, under $14 as of the recording of this video. That kind of stinks. That kind of drop is pretty bad, and investors don't like seeing that. So they've put a lot of pressure on the company. And if you've looked at what's been going on, their previous CEO, who had to step down late last year, he died not too long ago. Had some medical issues. So they were kind of in limbo with their CEO for a little while, and then they got a new CEO just a few months ago, Michael Mauler, I believe is how you say his name. And this dude, I don't know what he did or what he tried to accomplish, but he resigned after only a few months in the position. That is nuts. So with all these weird things these guys have been doing, they got a Think Geek and kind of expanded into the collectible market and all that stuff. They got into the cell phone business. If you really dig into it, and I don't want to do a whole full-on financial lesson into all these things that GameStop has questionably done, such as, certain things with AT&T, Cricket Wireless, all this craziness, like getting into businesses and jumping into things that just weren't really right for them. And it's leading up to, I'm calling it, the end of GameStop is going to be coming. Maybe not right now, maybe not a month from now, but if they don't go through with this buyout, how are they going to please the investors? How are they going to please the stockholders, the people who want to make money? When you're a publicly traded company, there's pressure put on you to perform, and GameStop unfortunately is not performing, and these guys want to know what's going on. When your CEO, fresh into the position, steps down after 3 months, that doesn't look good. That really does not look good. He cited personal reasons. Nobody really knows for sure, but when he resigned was really when these investors were putting the pressure on. So I kind of find that a little odd. My main issue, not that necessarily the negative, things that I've experienced going to GameStop, but more of the way they do business. To me, it's not really competitive the way other companies are. Amazon's putting pressure on them. Best Buy, up until the cancellation of the Gamers Club Unlocked membership, was putting pressure on these guys. Amazon's still in it. They still have different perks and discounts for buying newly released games. GameStop never. There would be sales every once in a while, but a new game comes out, $60, that's it. No discounts, nothing other than the occasional promotion on some kind of exclusive DLC. Some people care about that, a lot of people don't. Me personally, a lot of times, even going to Best Buy or Amazon, sometimes they'll have exclusive DLC. I never download the stuff. Most of the time it's just cosmetic nonsense to begin with, and I'm usually not interested. But a lot of these companies do that kind of stuff, exclusive DLCs. You'd have to go to Walmart, Target, Best Buy, GameStop, Amazon, just to get all the DLCs. You know, you have to buy the game 5 or 6 times to get everything together. Just, it's ridiculous. But most of the time, like I said, it's just nonsense, just cosmetic stuff that who cares about. But to me, when there are better deals out there to buy my new games versus paying, you know, full price with really no incentive, it didn't really make sense to me. You know, Best Buy, even without Gamers Club Unlocked, you can accumulate points and get discounts down the road. Amazon, yeah, it's a paid membership, you know, for Amazon Prime, but at least you're getting 20% off of newly released games for a short while. I believe it's within 2 weeks of release. That's an incentive. GameStop, their incentive is you could pay them for their membership and get a magazine that, you know, I mean, I still read their magazine, but not everybody's interested in that. It is kind of a bonus, though, you know, for the price, getting the magazine, but then you're not really getting a discount on anything other than used games. So a new game comes out, it's $60. Somebody trades it in, gets like, you know, I know they usually do a guarantee for a short while of like $30, but even after that guarantee's up, which I believe is usually within a month, you know, you could be getting $15, $20, sometimes less depending on the demand. But it's like, okay, they're gonna resell that new game that just came out, the used copy of a new game. They're gonna sell it for like $56, $57. You're saving $3 or $4, but you're getting whatever germs and scratches or whatever, not the satisfaction of opening a new game. Some people don't care about that, but to me, a newly released game being sold used and you're only saving $3 or $4, to me it's a no-brainer. Buy the game new. Who cares? But some people want to save that. Over time, yeah, the used price goes down, but to pay a membership to get a little bit of a discount off of used games only, you know, I'm sure some people take advantage of that, but over the years, GameStop has really struggled with certain things. There, you know, the pushing and pushing and pushing of trade in your games, do this, do that, become a Power Up Rewards member, whatever it's called, an Edge member, whatever it is, right? The nonstop push, pre-order this, pre-order this. You're not going to get it if you don't pre-order. It's just, you know, you go into these stores and it feels like you're being bullied almost. You know, some stores maybe managed a little differently, and maybe the attitudes are a little different, but they're all on these quotas. You know, these employees, they all have these numbers they got to meet. The manager gets his bonuses and all that kind of stuff. So the pressure, you know, it just snowballs down. It's just going to be on these employees. So they're going to push and push and push. And some people just don't want to deal with that. They just want to go buy their game and leave. And it's just really, for GameStop to remain relevant, their business model probably has to change. You know, it's one of the only gaming stores left out there. I mean, there's been other ones that were like franchises. I can't even remember the name, but I knew a guy who owned one of these franchise game stores who just totally regretted it because nobody was going there. But besides that, which I don't even think that company exists anymore. If I can remember what it is, I'll put a little thing up there. But for them to remain competitive with everybody else that's out there, I mean, they got to do something different. If they sell themselves to somebody else, who knows who's going to buy them and take over operations of GameStop, and what their vision of GameStop is. Could be just a total change. It could be just something totally different, or it could just continue being the same. So is this the end of GameStop? Not necessarily, but it's just a precursor to what's to come. And it's kind of a weird thing, you know. We've always had game stores. We've always had them. There's still little mom and pop game stores out there, but most of them aren't really dealing with new stuff for the most part. Some of them do. Some of them get stuff in and, you know, on release and whatnot, but a lot of times these stores aren't dealing like that. So for you to get your game day one, I mean, GameStop was a place you could go. You know, they've had a lot of exclusive deals with certain things, certain games released physically exclusive to them. Secret of Mana for the PS4. What was it? Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Ultimate or whatever for the PS4. You know, the stuff like that, you know, that's not necessarily fair to everyone, but if you wanted it, you went to GameStop. I mean, that was it. And now, with all these financial woes and everything that's going on, who knows where GameStop's going to be a year from now, 5 years from now? Will they totally be gone? I have a feeling that if they don't change their business model soon, that this definitely could be the end. I mean, it is what it is, guys. I don't shop there to begin with. Even when Best Buy stops doing their Gamers Club Unlocked, or once my membership is expired, I am not going to GameStop for any of my new games. I'll go to Amazon, somewhere else. Maybe Best Buy will wise up and maybe tweak their program a little bit. Who knows? But I just find this all interesting. You know, it's just one thing after another with GameStop, with the CEO resigning, with their stocks continually falling, these weird little investments that they've made, that these businesses they've jumped into, the Think Geek thing, the cell phone stuff, and just stuff not really panning out for them. You know, they've lost their way, and maybe somebody buying them out will get them back on track. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Let me know what your thoughts are on GameStop. Me personally, I don't like them. Don't shop there. What do you think? Let me know down below. Really do appreciate it, guys. Smash that like button. Subscribe to me on Twitter. Subscribe, do all that cool stuff. And with that said, guys, I will catch y'all next time. Peace out. Bye-bye. Boom.